Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the long-awaited series on the channel. It is NK Maribor. Back in 2017, we did something similar. We did exactly this save. We took NK Maribor to try and win the Champions League, and that is what we're doing in 2021, and I am very, very excited about it. Roll the intro. So yes, here we are, NK Maribor. I have the shirt still from when I did it in like 2017 or whenever it was. Ow, that really hurt. And it's just exciting. It's just exciting. We are in for Maribor, a team that I've been to their stadium. I've been to their club shop. I've met Marcos Tavares, whose name I've got on the back of this shirt. It was it's just a bit surreal, really, when you think of it all. But this is great. I am really, really looking forward to this series. It's going to go alongside the Man United series. If you haven't looked, check that out. Go and have a look. It's on the channel. No spoilers at this point in case you want to start from the beginning and watch it through. We've just got to the end of Season 1, and Season 2 episode will be out tomorrow, actually. So the first episode of Season 2. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for NK Maribor. But before we get into the squad, and before we go past this homepage, there are some rules to this save that we do. And one of them, the main rule, is that we're not allowed to use the player search tab. So we can come into scouting and we can look in here, we can look at our scouting center and we can look at our shortlist. We are not allowed to use that player search function up there. That is a big no-no. We can't search for players by typing their names in. We can't search for players by any other means other than the scouts coming back to us to letting us know they found these sorts of players. And the director of football, we can ask them to recommend signings for us to potentially take a look at. That is the only way we can sign players. Except for one. There's one player we're allowed to go and look for, and that is Luka Zahovic. Because Luka Zahovic, if you've been a fan of the channel for a while, you'll know that the love for this guy is beyond anything normal in terms of a man that hasn't met another man or even seen this guy play live. I don't know where it started. I don't know why it's so good. I love this man. I love him, and I've never met him, ever. So he will be added to our shortlist. He's on the shortlist already. I've already done it. He is one of the objectives of this save. Win the Champions League, sign Luka Zahovic back to the club. That's all we've got to do. In 2017, he was at the club, we sold him, we signed him, we sold him again, and then we signed him back. So it's a bit of a roller coaster with him. So let's see what happens with that one. Rule number 2. When we need new staff members, we're not allowed to just go and find them in staff search. Oh, no. We have to put adverts out and people have to apply for the job like you would in real life. So that's rule number 2. Rule number 3. One player from the youth academy always has to be in the matchday squad. Now, that doesn't mean we're calling up an 18-year-old for every single squad. It's someone that's come through the Maribor youth system, so we have a homegrown player in every single squad. Now, if that player doesn't exist in the first team in this first season, we will call someone up from the youth academy, from the under-18s, from the under-23s, that have been bought in and played through all the youth teams in Maribor and come through, and that will continue throughout this save. So they're the 3 rules. They're my 3 rules to make this save a little bit more challenging. Let me know in the comments what you think about it. And also, let me know in the comments, option A, option B, or option C, how long do you think it's going to take us to win the Champions League? Option A, in 5 to 10 years. Option B, 10 to 15 years. Or option C, never. Let me know down below in the comments. But let's go and check out the squad. That is what today's episode will be about. It will just be about introducing ourselves to the squad, get to know the players, see who's around, see what the club looks like. No gameplay today. It will start tomorrow. We'll play NK Domzale, I think is the first fixture. It is. And then this very weird Europa League Path first qualifying round. That will be on tomorrow's episode, which should be a blast. But before we look at the squad, let's go through and see who is listed as what. So we're obviously the manager, Dave Nichols. That is me. This is my face. That is my in-game face. Marcos Tavares is our captain, Brazilian legend of the club. He's been here for years, since 2007, 2008, and he's been one of the main goal threats. He is a club legend. I do have his name on the back of my shirt. I have met him in person. He's very nice. Yasmin Handanovic is a really, really old goalkeeper, 42 years old, vice-captain of the club. Only 1 year left on his contract. Still has some decent stats, to be fair. 6'5" as well. He's an absolute giant of a man. And he looks pretty useful, to be honest. He does look pretty good. I'm hoping, as it says backup, I'm hoping our first choice is good. Because he isn't really terrible. He doesn't look terrible in terms of goalkeeping. But 8 caps for Slovenia. I'm pretty sure he won't be replacing Jan Oblak anytime soon in net for Slovenia. Key player. This is always an interesting one. This sort of, I think, sets the sort of barometer for how good you think the squad should be. I think this squad should be pretty good. We're predicted to finish first. We didn't win the league last year. It was won by Celje. We finished second. We won it before that, then second, then won it, then second, then one win. So generally, we have one of the strongest squads in Slovenia. But how good is our key player? Okay. He doesn't have a stat over 15. Over 14. 14 is his highest, which is vision. So he's not brilliant. But he is a good winger. And if he's our key player, maybe my expectations of the squad were a little bit high. Zan Vipotnik. There's going to be a lot of that in this save. I'm rubbish at pronouncing names. If you are Slovenian and you want to help me out, try and put it in a way in the comments that can make it easier for me to say these names, because I'm going to butcher them, and I'm going to get them all wrong, and it's going to be rubbish. But you're going to love it, hopefully. So this is our best young prospector, a striker. Not very quick, not very tall, not very strong. Could technically improve in that stuff, I guess. Technicals don't look too bad, but he is ranked at potentially 4.5 star potential. So you never know. That is obviously against the squad that we currently have. So they predicted before that we'll be playing in a 3-5-2. I don't think that's going to happen, because I know that this club has some pretty decent wingers. We do have an abundance of central midfielders, and it's going to be interesting to see how we play. I want to do a tactic where we dominate possession. We're going to basically, teams are going to come up against us with a low block, so we're going to have to be patient and wait for chances to be created amongst all of them. But we've looked at Handanovic. Kenan Pilic is a goalkeeper for us, our first choice goalkeeper. He's listed as 2 caps for Bosnia. Again, doesn't look too bad, doesn't look brilliant. Passing is 8, so we probably won't get him to pass too much out the back. But 6'4", so really tall again. All round looks okay. Looks a pretty decent goalkeeper. Nino Golic is listed for loan. He's 22 years old. Yeah, nowhere near first team. Asbi Jug, I assume because he's Slovenian, it wouldn't just be Jug, but that's what he might end up being called. He's got the number 1 shirt, and he's also listed as a first choice goalkeeper, so it looks like we're going to have a bit of competition for places in goal. Not very good communication, eccentricity's low, first touch is poor, passing's not brilliant. It doesn't look like we're going to be building from the goalkeepers in this save. Into the centre-backs, Spido Pedisic. Not too bad, he's a squad player, 26-year-old Croatian. Doesn't look too bad, 6 foot. He's got some good stats where you need them, I guess. Already it sort of feels like there's a lot to be improved on. Nemanja Mitrovic is there. 3 caps for Slovenia, 27 years old. Heading, marking, tackling, positioning, decisions. Yeah, he's probably our starting centre-back, isn't he? 6'4", giant of a man. That's what we like to see at the back there, towering over the strikers. Ilya Matrinovic, or Matrinovic. That's in the comments. Is it Vic or is it Vich? Is it always Martinovic or is it Vic, or does it depend? I don't know. There's going to be lots of questions about pronunciations, and I'm probably still going to get it wrong when you tell me the answer anyway. But again, 6'4", giant of a man, good heading, good tackling, good marking, good positioning. Yeah, we look pretty good at centre-back. And then Luka Kobler, another 6'4" centre-back. They love a 6'4" centre-back. Great determination, 20 years old, so a breakthrough prospect. He looks like he's going to be very useful going forward. I like the look of him. Left back, Zan Kolmanic. Anyway, 20 years old, a right-footed left back. I'm not a big fan of that. Good pace though. Needs to work on his technicals. We'll probably get him on a bit of crossing training, I'd imagine. 5'10", not too bad. Doesn't look too bad. He is not our only left back. There's another one here. Mitya Villa, left-footed left back, 33 years old. Looks much better. Can probably be our starting left back. Is 33 though, so again we'll have to keep an eye out for potentially new left backs to come in for competition for places and putting people under pressure. Right backs, Dennis Klinar. Doesn't look too bad. Can play wing back and full back. Good crossing. Pace is okay. Can sort of tackle. Not too bad. Not too bad. Positioning 9 is really bad for a defensive position, which is why he probably prefers to play as a wing back with no defensive requirements generally. So we'll keep an eye on that. Martin Milec, 28-year-old right back, 7 caps for Slovenia. He looks probably more like the defensive option, but he can position himself well but not tackle. The other guy can tackle but not position himself well. We're going to have a bit of a conundrum on our books here, but versatile all the way up the right wing, which is good to see. Transfer listed, Alexander Kritu, holding midfielder, can play there. He's wearing what looks like a Ljubljana kit, who are our big rivals. Yep, signed for £88,000 from Ljubljana. Yeah, he looks okay. I can see why he's transfer listed though. Alex Piller. Yeah, pronunciation is going to be an absolute nightmare in this save. He doesn't look too bad. Central midfielder, can play holding midfield, can play right back, but central midfield is his favoured position as a natural player. Can't really tackle, but good passing. Could be a decent-ish playmaker. Maybe running balls from deep. He likes to shoot from distance as well. 26 years old, 1 cap for Slovenia for him. We've looked at Villar at left back, and then we've got Blas Vahovec, someone I remember from the 2017 save. Bought for reasonably big money in Slovenia. No goals last year, but he does look pretty handy. He looks like a very good all-rounder. Yeah, box-to-box is probably what I would have said is his best role. Maybe a ball-winning midfielder in here. He wants to be a Segundo Volante in there. Yeah, he's got good tackling. He looks good. He looks like we're going to build the midfield around him, I reckon. Blas Vahovec, that looks good. Amir Duravicevic. Wow, that's your midfield partnership there, isn't it? Duravicevic and Vahovec in the middle looks pretty decent. Physicals are a little bit low, but I think generally I'm happy with that. He'll be more defensive. We're not going to push him up. He can't score. Hasn't got best composure. A bit more positioning is better than off the ball, but only slightly. Can work hard. Yeah, I think we've got a good, hard-working central midfield duo there, which I'm looking forward to. Ureni Mihailik, something like that. Another central midfielder. 4-3-3 could be on the cards with 3 in the middle. Not the tallest, not the strongest, but shoots from distance, like to move forward, passing, penalty taking. Again, decent work rate. Yeah, he looks good. Aggression could get sent off. A good corner taker. That is key. That is what we want. We need to find those tall centre-backs when they're coming up for corners. Who have we got next? We have Rock Kronoveta. Kronoveta. That's what I'm going to go with. Central midfielder, attacking midfielder, left winger. Mr. Versatile again. Lots of versatile players. Shoots, they love a shot from distance. So I don't think we're going to really be working the ball into the box that much. Passing is good. Technique is good. Vision is good. Free kick taking is pretty good as well. Yeah, he looks okay. I mean, the high number he has doesn't really be conducive to a good player. He needs higher stats in other areas, so teamwork could be higher, determination decisions could all be higher, balance is pretty poor, jumping reach is poor. He is 6'2", but he's got bad jumping reach, so we'll have to see how it goes. He doesn't like heading the ball, heading 7. But 5 caps for Slovenia, 1 goal. Important player. Okay, yeah. Interesting to see what's happened. Rudy Pozeg Van Kass, we've already looked at, the key player at the club. He'll be playing out on the left wing. I'd imagine as the key player, we'll put him where he wants. Jan Rapas, new signing for Maribor. 23-year-old Slovenian, 3 caps to his name. Signed from France as SM Can got relegated to League 2 last year. He's been brought in on a free transfer. Used to play for Domzale. Is coming to us. Doesn't actually look that good. I'm a bit concerned about this guy because he's probably not going to get in central midfield. I mean, this run of yellow is great. That's great to see. Everything else is just a bit... I guess you could argue he's got the stats where he needs them, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's going to actually play that much. Interesting, 1.3 grand a week as well. So we'll have to see what happens with him. Then we have Andrej Kotnik. Andrej Kotnik, transfer listed, 24-year-old Slovenian. I think he looks all right. I reckon he might get a chance. You know, we've got so many central midfielders. He might get a chance in this. I'm going to take you off the transfer list. I've got a feeling... Yeah, you're going to do all right for us. I think you're going to get some game times, lad. Felipe Santos sounds Brazilian. Is Brazilian. 23-year-old right winger, left winger, right-footed right winger is always useful, but crossing is poor. The technical stats are... He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian. They're meant to be brilliant technically at football. He looks shocking. Get rid of him. He's wanted by someone. He's wanted by Lumji on loan. Have him. He looks absolutely terrible. Not happy with that. Gregor Bejdi, someone else I also recognise from the last save. Used to turn into actually quite a good player, if I remember rightly. Had one, he went on loan. No, not even on loan. He just went to Italy. No loan, no money, whatever. Just went to Italy for a year, played 10 games. Came back, hasn't played too much in recent times for Maribor, but I think he'll be getting a bit of game time for us, definitely. A tall winger, 6'1". Again, pretty average. Everything's 11s, 12s and 13s in the squad. There's no real massive amounts of unbelievable skill, but he does like to hug the touchline, so as a really wide right winger, it's interesting. Look at those physicals though. Everything's 11 and then 10s. Maybe that is his downfall on the physical side. We'll have to wait and see. Right, Marcos Tavares, club legend, club captain, determination, flair, leadership, all brilliant. Vision and work rate's really good. 5'9". Physicals are dropping off with his age, but he'll be getting some game time. Hopefully, scoring us some goals as well. Aliozi Matko up next. Right winger, can play up front, can play attacking midfield, can play a few other positions as well. 20 years old. This guy looks like he could have something about him going forward. Likes to be a winger. It's probably where we are going to play him. Passing 12, technique 12, flair 13, off the ball 14. Should be able to give us some movement, create some goals, score some goals. Yeah, looking forward to see how Matko gets on. Mezanovic up front. Yasmin Mezanovic, 28-year-old Bosnian, 1 cap for Bosnia. Looks pretty good. Again, 12s and 13s across the board. Nothing real massively good to write home about, but as a striker could do a good job. Off the ball, finishing, composure, decisions, all 12 and 13s. Yeah, we'll have to see how Mezanovic gets on. And then Jan Malaka on loan from Brighton. Slovenian, 21-year-old, a good handful of appearances for the under-21 team. Nothing for the senior team yet. I've got a feeling we signed this guy in 2017 and turned him into a bit of a world beater and then sold him on, I think. But yeah, you can see, used to play for Maribor. Brighton bought him for £2.7 million. Sent him on loan to us, back to Brighton, loan to QPR, loan to Wigan. Has not really set anything alight. He's sort of maybe like a Luka Zahovic 2.0, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But he didn't come through the youth system here. Maribor seem to have inherited him after a pretty turbulent time in Italy, it seems. So Jan Malaka is there, and that is the first team squad. We've gone through them all. Best player at the club, it says, is Pozek Vankas, and then followed up by Kronovita and Milic. So yeah, it's gonna. I thought the squad would be better. I thought this squad would actually be better all round. I thought there'd be a few more people that were above that sort of 11-12 attribute mark, but it doesn't appear to be that way, and that's a little bit of a concern, if you ask me. So this guy didn't even come. There must be someone here that's been at the club for so long that we can just put him in as coming through the youth system. If not, then we're going to have to call someone up. So let's look at the under-19s. Potential-wise, Ziga Erbrut, who's 6'0", 17-year-old Slovenian centre-back, could be the man who's going to come through. Marco Brest is also there as well, a Slovenian winger. Love wingers, love centre-backs. This is what they're on. Mirko Matuvicic. I mean, that's VC. There's no vowel in there. He looks okay. He's on loan somewhere else. Zan Viptonic, striker. Yeah, that's the guy that they said is the up-and-comer in the team. But it doesn't look too bad. Right, the club vision is a little bit strange. Everything's pretty normal, other than the fact they want us to sign players from domestic rivals. So if someone is playing well for a rival team in Slovenia, our board want to sign them. I've never had that before. I've never had a board tell me that we have to sign players from clubs in our league. So it's going to be very interesting. We've got to make the most of set pieces, which is always a little bit annoying. attacking football, entertaining football, players using the club's youth system. All of these are pretty regular. 5-year plan. We've got a break even in the transfer market, so that's something we really do need to keep an eye on in that. All of these are sort of favoured though, so we may be able to get rid of them next season when we do a little bit of negotiating with the Vision. But yeah, all in all, not too bad. Finances wise, there's 3.5 million in the bank. We've got a transfer budget of 758k and a wage budget of £44,000, which is what, about £6,000 to play with in the coffers, so that's not too bad. All in all, it's looking pretty damn good. Dynamics wise, in the hierarchy, you have Tavares, Handanovic, and Mihilek as team leaders. At the moment, pretty much everybody opposes us because we don't have the necessary ability, history, coaching badges to warrant managing a team like this. We've come in quite fresh on the ground. We're a Sunday league footballer, so we have no reputation in the world of football. And coaching badges, we've got the lowest one you can do to be a domestic coach at a top division. So yeah, it'll be very, very interesting. But this, I think, is what we're going to do. The staff, I don't think there's anyone really stand out. I may just get rid of all the staff and put job adverts out to see who we get in. This guy looks okay. I'd prefer someone with a bit better man management and motivating and judging player ability, but he's not too bad as an assistant manager. And then, well, I mean, generally everyone's pretty bad. This is our coach. He can do a bit of attacking. Job adverts, doing it by placing an advert and waiting for people to come back to you, they're always really rubbish, the people that come back to those adverts. So we'll see how it goes. In terms of training, in terms of set pieces, in terms of everything like that, I'm going to be setting it on scouting. I'm going to be setting it all up myself so that I can take full responsibility for everything that happens. So if there's going through all those players, if you want to go back, have a look at them again, recommend me maybe some people to be retrained in certain positions or focus on certain attributes, that would be fantastic. But we are going to leave it there. We're going to be going off, and I'm going to be sending my scouts off, sorting out the training, asking my director of football if he's got any recommendations of people to sign, and we'll be back for the first league game against Domzale, and then this part of the Europa League that I didn't even know existed. The League Path first qualifying round should be a very interesting, well, see where we get to. Let's just see where we get to. In terms of competitions, the board want us to win the league, they want us to win the cup, and they want us to get into the third qualifying round of the Europa League. If we can get to the group stages of the Europa League, that would be absolutely massive. But I honestly have no idea what sort of teams are going to be coming up against in these first qualifying rounds for the Europa League. It could be really tough, it could be really easy. I have no idea. If you are very excited by this series, please do leave a like. Subscribe if you're new. We'll have some analysis going on in the background of subscribers v non-subscribers, how many likes, like targets and stuff like that. But because this is just a squad introductory video, let you know the rules of the save and everything like that, I thought we'd just get it done. Look forward to the next episode coming tomorrow. And if you want to go and check out all the other stuff on the channel, please feel free to do that. But for now, I'm out. Cheers.